your table of contents and your next page. Okay, so adding integers, but let's talk about what we talked about yesterday. What's an integer? Without looking at your notes, what's an integer, Maddie? Positive or negative. So any whole number, positive or negative. Very good. Absolute value. Anybody remember what absolute value is? Without looking at your notebook. Logan. Distance from 0. What's the symbol? Maddie? Yeah, 2 lines and the numbers in between. So like if I say, what's the absolute value of negative 6? What would you say? 6. What's the absolute value of 9? 9. Just 9. Remember, every answer to absolute value is always positive. Remember that? Just how many spaces. If I had to order these from least to greatest, what would I do? Order those from least to greatest for me, McKenna. Yep, -9, -2, 0, 1, and 5. And if you don't remember, think what the coldest temperature is, and that's your smallest number. Okay? Any questions for me? Good? All right. So today, we're going to add integers, which means we're going to add negative numbers. I know you did this last year, but I'm going to teach you a few different strategies to do this. All right? I think last year, maybe you used the number line to add integers, like -1 + 5. You used the number line. I think that's what Mr. Schneider taught you. I have a few other strategies for you to use. Okay? Sometimes the number line is not always available for you to use, and sometimes I think there's easier ways. So, in your notebook today, I'm going to show you 3 different ways to add integers. So, these are the 3 different ways. Number line, tiles, cats, and dogs. So in your notebook, when I talk about number line, you're going to show what the number line is in your notes. When I talk about tiles, you're going to kind of draw what the tiles look like in your notes. And then cats and dogs is actually a way to do it mentally, so you don't have to use the number line. Okay. So those are the 3 ways. You can choose whichever you like, whatever you like today. I don't care. I don't care what you choose. It does not matter to me. You choose what works for you. Okay. So I have a vocabulary word in here, and it's called the additive inverse. The additive inverse. And we kind of talked about this a little bit yesterday. We said the opposites. Remember we talked about opposites, like the opposite of -100 is 100, just like what's on the opposite of the number line. This has to do with what the opposite is. Opposite example, -5 and 5. Some of those, if I'd add those together, they would be 0. So basically, anytime if you're adding 2 opposites together, it's always going to equal 0. That's to start first period after that. We're back early. All right, everybody have this written down? Can I move to the next slide? Get a second yet? All right. Here we go. This is the number line method. This is what you were taught last year. Now, if you want to use this way, you're more than welcome to use this way. If you're more comfortable with this, fine. But I'm going to show you 2 other ways I think you're going to like probably better. All right, so number line. When you're using in the number line, if you're adding a positive, you're going to move to the right. And if you're adding a negative, you're going to move to the left. To me, this is confusing because I don't want to remember this stuff. Okay? But if this is the way you like it, this is the way I want you to use. You choose what you want. I don't care. I'm that way in my math class. If there's a different way you want to use your way. Sometimes there's easier ways than what I'm teaching you. Use it. If you find a different way, you got to tell me because then I'll tell everybody else. Like maybe your method's way better than mine, and I'll tell the whole class. So if there is a different way that you want to use, you don't have to use my way. Okay? So if I'm adding a positive, for example, if this is my problem, 3 plus -5. A lot of people ask, why is that -5 in parentheses? What does that mean? Has it ever been in parentheses for you before? Have you seen it like that? All it means is that that negative is staying with that 5. That's all it means. Okay? Because otherwise it would look like this. And that is too many signs together. Some people would get confused what they're doing. So that's why they put those parentheses around there to show that that negative goes with that 5. All right, now let's go back. So let's say you're going to do this problem right here, 3 plus negative 5. You find 3 on your number line. And since I'm adding a negative, I'm going to move to the left 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be my answer. Okay. Same thing up here. If I'm going to add if I'm at a negative first, that's fine. And what am I adding to it? I'm adding in a positive, so I'm going to find negative 1 on my number line. And since I'm adding a positive 3, I'm going to move to the right 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. There's my answer. Okay, so if you want to use the number line, that's fine. To me, it's kind of hard because not all the time you don't have access to a number line. Okay, so that's up to you. Any questions so far? Okay. All right, so let's try this on the number line. So I'm going to find 8 on my number line. And what am I adding to it, a positive or a negative? Haley, negative what? Negative 2, right? So I'm going to start at that 8. And which way am I going to move, right or left? Left, because it's a negative 2 spaces. 1, 2. Here's my 6. That's the answer. Okay. What about this one? Where am I going to start this time on the number line? Desi? Negative 3. And which way am I going to move in how many spaces? Kira? 6 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My answer is 3. Okay. Is this the way you used last year? Yes, no, maybe so. Do you remember adding negative numbers together? Was there another way you guys did it? What did you do? Anybody remember? Haley? You did it mentally. Okay, so I'm going to teach you a way how to do it mentally because sometimes it's hard. Sometimes doing mentally is hard. Like, I remember when I was in 7th and 8th grade, this was hard for me, adding subtracting negatives. I'm like, I don't get it. Why do they? So let's look at some other ways to do it. So let's talk about tiles. I think this is the way one of the ways you're going to like the best, and that's why you have tiles on your desk. So this is the tile method. Red tiles are negative numbers. Okay. Yellow tiles are positive numbers, and one thing you have to have in your notebook is this, 0 pair. This is an important vocabulary word. Not for just tiles, but in general, because we're going to talk about this also tomorrow. So 0 pair is a yellow and a red tile. And what that really is that means that they cancel out or they equal 0. Okay, because remember how we said before the additive inverse is like -5 and 5 and they equal 0? Well, the same thing for here. If you have a -1 and a 1, that equals 0. So anytime you have a yellow and a red together, it's a 0 pair. It cancels out. All right, so let me show you how to do this. And you can do this with me on your desk. That's why I gave you the red and the yellow pieces of paper. Okay, so this is the first one we're going to do right here. 5 plus -3. I'm going to put 5 yellow tiles on my board, okay, because I'm starting with 5 positive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's my 5 tiles. You can do it with me on your desk if you want. Or if you want to draw it in your notebook, you can draw it in your notebook too. Maybe that would be more beneficial. Then, what am I going to add to it? What does it say? I'm going to add what? -3, right? So I'm going to put 3 red tiles on my board also. 1, 2, 3. This is what that problem looks like. This is what that problem looks like. 5 plus -3. Now, we just talked about an important vocabulary word, and it's called a 0 pair. Are there some 0 pairs up here? Yes, because what's a 0 pair? A yellow and a red tile together. So guess what happens to these two? They cancel out. Guess what happens to these two? They cancel out. Guess what happens to these two? They cancel out. This is what I have left on my board, and that's my answer. If there are 2 yellows, it's a +2. If it would be like 4 reds, it'd be a -4. So whatever you have left on your board or your desk or your paper, whatever, that's the answer. So 5 plus -3 is 2. So just another way, if you'd like to use your hands, if you'd like to see things visually, I'm one of those people that like to see things. This way is for you. I have a whole bunch on my board here. Let's just do them together. We'll do the first two together. Let's do this one. What are you going to put on your board? What are you going to do? What are you going to do, McKenna? Yes, 4 yellow tiles. That's what my problem says. 4 yellow tiles. 3, 4. Now what's my problem say to do? Maddie? 5 red tiles, because I'm adding negative 5. Yep, and since they're negative, they're going to be red. 3, 4, 5. Some 0 pairs up here? Yes. So if you have them on your board, you can take away, like these two are, this is 0 pair, going to cancel, going to cancel, going to cancel, going to cancel. What do I got left? Negative 1. Negative 1. That's my answer. I like this way. This is way better. I feel like this is better than the number line. That's just me. I think the number line is kind of confusing. All right, let's try this one. Nope, not that one. Try that one. So what am I going to put on my board first? 2 red tiles. Good. And then guess what it tells me to add? 3 more reds, right? So let's add 3 more reds. Any 0 pairs? No. So what's my answer going to be, McKenna? Negative 5. I have no things that cancel out. So this is going to be my answer. I don't have anything I can cancel. Okay, let's try another one. Let's try negative 4 plus 6. How about you try it by yourself? Whether it's on your board or you want to do an example in your notebook or whatever, it's up to you. Some of you probably know the answer already because you can kind of start figuring it out in your head. Probably had 4 reds and 6 yellows. After you took some away, you should have something left. What do you got left, Kira? 2 reds, right? Or 2 yellows, so it'll be positive 2. Nice job. Have you ever done this way before? No? It's another way. If I would ask you this one, ooh, what could you tell me about him? What do you know, Maddie? It's still going to be 0, because if you in your head could think, okay, I'm going to put 6 yellows and 6 reds, we're all going to cancel, I'm going to 0. And this is an example of an additive inverse. If I'm adding the opposites, it's always going to be 0. So you'd have nothing left on your desk. Tommy, kind of like this way. It's all right. It's all right. You can see it a little more. Number line, I think, is too confusing. I like to move things around on my desk. Okay, I'm going to teach you one more way. Okay, now this way is more of a mental way. It's actually doing tiles in your head. Okay, and I call it cats and dogs. I know, it seems crazy, but... Alright, so this is the other way I'm going to teach you. This is the mental way. It's doing tiles in your head. It's called cats and dogs. Now, I didn't make this up. Dogs are going to be negative. I didn't make that up, okay? But cats are positive. Doesn't mean I like cats more or less or whatever. It's just the way it is. Okay, so cats and dogs. So, let's think of it in terms of, let's see, what is one of the problems I just had? Let's see. Okay, this is how this is going to work. How many cats do I have? 4. How many dogs do I have? 5. Okay, what do we know about cats and dogs when they get together? They don't like each other, do they? They fight a lot. They don't like each other. Some weird cats and dogs get along. But like in our problems today, they're going to fight. Okay? So, if one cat or dog runs out the door, the other's going to chase it. So let's start with this. Well, I'm just going to start with my cat. So if one cat runs out, what's going to happen here? One dog's going to run out. If one cat runs out here, one dog's going to run out. Let me show you. I have 4 cats. I have 5 dogs. If a cat runs out, a dog runs out. 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 How many dogs do I have left? 1, and dog's what? positive, so it's a positive 1. It's just a way to think about it in your head. It's a way to do it, not with the tiles, but with cats and dogs in your head. Okay? And we'll practice this a little more. Why did I do it wrong? It should be a -1. Ah! I switched them around. Wait, I did switch them around, didn't I? Darn! Why did I do that? So yeah, it should look like this. Thank you. It should look like this. All cancel out, all cancel. Yeah, it should be a -1. That's what it should be. Okay, we'll practice one more time. We'll practice more. Okay, we're not going to do those yet. Let's do -5 plus 8. So I have 5 cats. I have 8 dogs. So if 5 cats run out, how many dogs are going to run out? 5 cats run out. How many dogs are going to follow, Logan? 5. What do I have left? 3 dogs, which are positive. Positive 3. There you go. What if... let's do -4 plus 9. How many cats do I have? 4. How many dogs do I have? 9. If 4 cats run out, how many dogs are going to run out? 4. So what am I going to have left? I'm going to have 5 dogs left. Positive dogs. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. Let's do -9 plus 3. Cats, -9. 9 of them. I only have 3 dogs. So when you think about it this way, so it's going to look like this. Cat, 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 cat. Is that 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Dogs, dogs, dogs. Now, you got to remember, your cats don't always have to run out first. Your dogs can run out, too. So a lot of times, I'll start with the one that's the least amount, and that's how many runs out. So, like, if I have 3 dogs that are going to run out, how many cats are going to run out? 3. I'm going to have 6 left. I'm going to have a -6. Do you have a question? You're going to answer. Okay. So how are we doing? Are you finding something that you like better? I feel like if I would have known the cat and dog method in junior high, I think my life would have been a lot easier. My teacher didn't teach me that. Let's do some practice. We'll just do a few together. We'll do this side together, okay? I'm going to be talking cats and dogs. How many cats am I having? 15. How many dogs? Since my cats are less, they're going to run out first. So if 13 cats run out, how many dogs are going to run out? 15, right? So what am I going to have left, Desi? 5. Good. This one right here. I have 60 dogs, 5 cats. Since cats are less, that's what's going to run out first. 5 cats run out, so do 5 dogs. How many am I going to have left? Haley, 55. Yep. And, you know, you could use tiles for this, but who wants to count out 60, like, yellow tiles? You know what I mean? So tiles are more for, like, the littler stuff, while cats and dogs you can use for the big stuff. This is an easy one. Any negatives? So it's all dogs, so it's just like adding together like normal. Yep. 48. Good. What if I did this? What if I made them both negative? Then what? Haley, -48. Good job. Because if you think about it in cats, I'm going to have 35 cats and 13 cats. No, nobody can like, chase each other out because they're all cats. So they'll all stay in. Good. Will you try these for me on your paper? You try these for me on your paper. And if you can do them mentally, fine. You don't have to write out all the cats and dogs. If you just want to think in your head like, oh, there's -9 cats, there's -18 cats, how many together? You don't have to write anything out in your paper. That's the beauty of cats and dogs. You can do it in your head. Anybody need more seconds? A few more seconds? Okay. Bless you. All right, let's talk about the first one. What do you know about it? Talk me through it. Haley. They're all cats, so how many cats am I going to have? Go ahead. So negative 27 will be your answer. So negative 27 should be your first. Okay. Next one, I have negative 10 plus 8, McKenna. Negative 2 because you have 10 cats, 8 dogs. 8 dogs are going to run out, or 8 cats are going to have 2 cats. Nice job. 24 plus negative 12. Somebody I haven't heard from in a while. Kira. Should be 12, positive 12, right? Because 24 dogs, 12 cats. 12 cats are going to run out, so we're 12 dogs. So I'm going to have 12 dogs left. Nice job. Think you can handle something like this in your homework? It should kind of be a review. I mean, if you did this last year a little bit, it should be kind of a review. I'm going to do one story problem with you before we're done, because I know you're going to see one like this in your homework, okay? So let's say I have $90 in my bank account. Okay? I withdraw. You might want to write this down in your notebook, too, because there's something like this in your homework. I withdraw $30. I put in $6. How much do I have in my bank account? Okay. If I asked you this, how would you solve it? What would you do to solve this? I had 90 in my bank account. I withdrew 30. I put in 6. How much do I have in my account? What would you do? Just tell me how you would solve it. I mean, not how we did anything today. Just tell me what we'd do, Maddie. Okay. Okay. There's actually a way you can do it with a negative integers by adding just integers. So what if I did this? I have 90 in my bank account. What did we say withdrawing meant again? Taking out. What does that look like? If you're going to take 30 out, what does that mean? Minus 30, right? You can also write it like this. This means the same thing, because if you're going to subtract 30, you'd get 60. If you're going to add negative 30, guess what you'd still get? 60 plus 6. You're going to have $66 in your account. Now, I'm going to tell you, honestly, if you ever have a story problem where you can do something different, like I would solve it how Maddie did. I would not do this. This is how your book wants you to do it. If you solve it a different way and get the right answer, fine. I'm not going to make you do it the way we talked about in class. Okay? So if there's another way you can do it your way. Because in math, there's like 35 ways to do things. And I'm not going to expect you to do exactly what I did, because guess what? When you're 40 and you're in the real world, you're not going to say, what's that thing that Mrs. Christoffel taught me how to do in 7th grade again? Oh, I can't remember. Oh, guess what? If you know how to do it your own way, do it your own way. You're not going to think back to 7th grade math and say, I have to do it the way she did it. I want you to be able to do it your own way. So if there's another way you can solve a story problem, go ahead and do it, as long as you get the right answer. And as long as you can explain it to me, we're good. Okay? Because there's one like this in your homework today, and you solve it however you want to solve it. Sound like a plan?